Todas las películas de desastres naturales comienzan cuando no le hacen caso a los científicos. Y al final tienen un desastre natural. Eso está pasando aquí.
Hi, this is Max Radwin with Mongabay. I'm standing in front of the Maya train here in the Yucatan Peninsula in southern Mexico. The train has been controversial because of deforestation, the destruction of cave ecosystems, and the relocation of indigenous communities. Now that part of the train is finally open, we're going to get on and see what the experience is like and if we can find any lasting damage. After about 3 years of construction, a segment of the Maya train opened in late 2023 with plans to connect 34 stations across the Yucatan Peninsula to transport cargo and attract tourism to the area's natural beauty. 11 stations that are still under construction face stiff opposition in the states of Quintana Roo and Campeche, where rainforests and cave ecosystems could be under threat. In March, during Mexico's spring break, we rode the train to experience firsthand its impacts and challenges. Now that the train is here, what's the real impact on the ground?
Es la primera vez que lo veo.
We're getting on the train and we're actually early. We're 30 and 31.
Solo los de enfrente son los de 31 and 32.
This is us. The initial impression of the Maya train was positive. Efficient, well done, and eagerly awaited by many. The staff was kind and attentive, and aside from the occasional National Guard, it's a relaxing way to travel with decent views. After 2 hours on an empty stomach, we tried to get some food from the cafe car. After 8 hours traveling on the Maya train through Yucatan and Campeche, we finally arrived at our destination. One goal of the Maya train is to offer tourists access to places that used to be hard to reach in this part of Mexico.
Traemos un recorrido Monterrey, Tulum, Tulum, Mérida.
Okay.
Mérida, Palenque, Palenque, Escárcega. Ahorita vamos para otro lugar.
Playa Sabancuy.
Playita Sabancuy es una playa muy bonita.
On the one hand, many people are excited about the potential for economic growth for their communities. On the other, many communities are left wondering whether there will be enough resources for their needs once tourist demands are met.
Y al principio decíamos, agua sí, tren no, porque en Cancún no hay agua.
From Escárcega, we decided to take the train back, which is when we hit our first hang-up.
O sea, todo el tren está lleno, no hay nada.
Así es.
Ah, ok. Y no hay otra opción para nosotros, no podemos llegar mañana esperando que...
Para mañana no.
The issue with the train right now is that there aren't that many running, so once you get off one day, you can't get on again, so you have to wait the next day. Then they fill up, and then you have to wait the next day. So we are currently stuck in Escárcega because there just aren't more trains. So we have to take a bus to a different stop to get on the train if we want to take the train. Maybe they'll add more trains in the future, but for now, there's not a lot of flexibility. After 2 hours, we reached the capital of Campeche. In the evening, we took some time to speak with locals and gather their thoughts on the new Campeche station, opened in December 2023.
En las comunidades pues no hay una gran la derrama económica es muy baja. Entonces al llegar turismo y salir al estado o a los puntos de donde sí va a haber un parador o un punto de llegada del tren, pues sí nos ayuda.
The following day, we were back on the rails again. However, our confidence was slightly shaken after hearing news the previous day about the train briefly sliding off the tracks. But it didn't seem to faze anyone else. We just got on the train in Campeche and we're headed to Cancun. We spent the last couple of days looking at lines 2 and 3, and there's some evidence of environmental damage, but it's not really clear because the government did a good job of cleaning it up. But for the most part, people seem pretty excited about the train. Some people are on the fence about it, but most people are excited about tourism that's coming. After 7 hours, we arrived back in Cancun, where we had a 1-hour layover before catching the train once again. This time headed towards the newest station, Playa del Carmen. Playa del Carmen station is designed, like the other stops along the route, to bring in more tourism, even if it is quite far away from the city. However, unlike other areas, Playa del Carmen has long been a tourism hotspot, so the train's introduction was received differently.
Mira, es que yo no es que esté ni a favor ni estoy en contra. No estoy a favor por todo lo que se hizo, ¿no? Que tuvieron que tumbar parte de la selva. De hecho, nosotros tenemos varios tours cerca de Tulum, donde va a pasar el Tren Maya, y a mí me tocó ver pues cómo devastaron ciertas zonas de la selva, ¿no? Normalmente la mayor parte de la gente está en contra.
There are also claims that the government didn't conduct adequate environmental impact studies and that construction is ongoing despite an injunction in a nearby court. We spoke to Ante Vasquez, a corporate-turned-environmental lawyer, to help us grasp the current legal standing of the train.
No se podía pelear contra el tren, a pesar de que era claro que las cosas venían muy mal, que no tenían autorizaciones, hasta que no iniciaran obras, lógicamente, ¿no? Entonces fue hasta que empiezan las obras del tramo 5 sur, que es donde están la gran mayoría de las cuevas y los cenotes, cuando podemos presentar demandas.
Donde estamos parados ahorita es el lugar donde más cuevas hay en todo México. Las cuevas no son solo tubos que están allá abajo vacíos, feos y oscuros, sino son ecosistemas llenos de vida que trabajan en equipo con estos ecosistemas de la selva, del arrecife, del manglar, para tener la salud ecosistémica de esta región. Por eso es por lo que estamos aquí desde hace 2 años, desde que se cambia el proyecto del Tren Maya de la carretera hacia la selva.
So we're about 30 minutes into an hour-and-a-half trek into this cave here in Tramo 5, line 5 of the Maya train. And we're looking for columns that have been perforated through the cave system, threatening bats and other wildlife, the whole cave ecosystem. The train appears to be using dozens, if not hundreds, of pilings of this type along the route.
Todas las películas de desastres naturales comienzan cuando no le hacen caso a los científicos. Y al final tienen un desastre natural. Eso está pasando aquí.
Environmental groups have filed injunctions regarding habitat fragmentation and potential violations of people's right to a clean and healthy environment. There are also claims that the government didn't conduct adequate environmental impact studies.
El juez decidió permitir las obras, dijo, ya no hay un riesgo ambiental. Entonces, ¿la batalla legal se ha terminado? No. Todos los videos que podemos y toda la información que se puede se presenta al juzgado, se documenta, que sirva todo esto maravilloso y todo esto tan tenaz que hacen los buzos de cuevas, los expertos, etcétera. Todo esto lo metemos para que algún día al menos en la historia quede que hubo gente que alzó la voz y que tenía la ciencia de su lado.
So we just got off the train from Playa del Carmen to Cancun, which was our final stop on the trip. And Playa del Carmen, which is line 5, was the worst environmental destruction of all of the lines that we saw. But people weren't really sure how to feel about it. Some people were upset. Some people thought it was okay if it brought tourism. Some people didn't even know what was going on. We had to explain to them what the situation was. So it's not clear if the line's going to continue or not, because there's a lot of injunctions in place, even what's so I guess time will tell what happens.